Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Christian, and you're listening to TeamOneZone Radio. We have a problem. How can entrepreneurs like us, who see the power and leverage of network marketing, maximize our efforts using the internet to auto-recruit dream prospects and explode our incomes without relying on family and friends or ruining relationships? This has long been the question for many hopeful entrepreneurs. In this podcast, we'll give you the answers. This is Christian Vinderslev, and you're listening to TeamOneZone Radio.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you've had an amazing start to your week. Happy Monday. I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to be doing a little bit on social driving, which you may not have heard of yet. And Edification, I'm going to be going through that as well. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Taylor Blue. I joined the business 19 months ago now. Previous background, I had my own business. I was my own business owner from the age of 19. I had my own fashion business, which was predominantly built on social media through Instagram. I did that for 4.5 years. Really loved it. Thought I was going to do that forever. And I'm not sure whether there's many previous business owners on here or anyone who's had parents or partners with a traditional business. Extremely stressful, staffs, overheads, targets, investors. And I kind of came to the end of my tether, if you like, at the summer 2017, so just before I joined New Skin. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't really have much choice, to be honest. Mainly because I left school at 16, I had no qualifications. I definitely didn't want to go and work for somebody else. That wasn't an option for me. So I was trying to think of things that I could possibly do to make money but still be my own boss. And it kept leading me back to the same position that I was in at that time. My sister, who is my upline in this business, she'd been in New Skin for 18 months previously to me joining. She'd always ask me about the business, but to be honest, I was extremely rude to her. I actually told my sister I was going to unfollow her off of all of her social media when she joined the business, because that's how much I didn't believe in it. I was extremely uneducated, to say the least. I didn't really want to know. I wasn't really interested. I definitely wasn't at 12 o'clock in terms of wanting to join this business. However, I came to a point in my business where I was extremely low. I had several anxieties, as I'm sure a lot of people that are in a job that they don't enjoy have. And I just kind of came to that point where I was like, do you know what? I actually can't do this anymore. I was going on the way to work, I was crying. On the way home, I was crying. And I just thought there's got to be more, to being a business owner than this. I can't do this anymore. And that weekend, my sister said, why don't you just look at this business? I know you're a New Skin hater, but why don't you just have a look at it? There's actually an event in Birmingham that you could come to this weekend with me if you've got nothing planned. Why don't you just come along? I went to that event. It completely changed my life, and this is why I always stand by. Events will build your business more than anything, as well as recruiting. But that event completely changed my life. I had a huge realization when I was at that event, which was a Star Saturday event in Birmingham, that actually what I was working for in my traditional fashion business was never really going to give me the lifestyle that I've always dreamed of anyway. And so I had several realizations. There was amazing leaders on stage: Daniel Norrell, Bridget, Perry, Steph Powell. They were all talking about the lifestyles that they were living through this business. And I just thought, you know what? I think this is what I want to do. And I actually said to my sister on that day, I'm not going to come back to one of these events again unless I'm a blue diamond. And I went home, I worked extremely hard. I walked away from my business, which I'm not telling you to do if you're a business owner. I took a huge risk. I didn't know, I'd not even had my first paycheck with New Skin yet, but I believed in the business so much from that one event that I walked away from everything and I started my journey with New Skin. And it's been incredible, to say the least, ever since. My whole world has transformed, if you like, not just in terms of money, but in terms of the freedom that I have, in terms of dreaming so much bigger, and just seeing the bigger picture of life, really. And I've been on such a personal development journey. As I said, I had extreme anxiety when I was leaving my traditional business. I no longer believed in myself. I lost a lot of confidence, and I've regained that tenfold in this business by working on my mindset. So it's just been such an incredible journey. So I'm going to go through some training with you guys now. I know this is on a podcast as well, but I am going to share my screen and pray that it works, because I'm not the most technical person, but thankfully you don't have to be technical to do this business. So I am just going to try and share my screen now, and I'm not sure whether I should have done that at the beginning. Maybe I should have. I think I should have. So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to look at my presentation at the same time so that I've got the bullet points in front of me, so it will make perfect sense to you. Now, when I first joined this business, one of the videos that my uplines directed me to was a video by a guy called Nathan Ricks, hugely successful in this business, has earned an extreme, insanely amount of money through this business, which is just amazing. And it was a video called Nathan Ricks Driving Lines that's on YouTube. So if you've not watched it, please get a notepad and pen out. If you've not got a notepad and pen out, please get one out now, or if you're listening in the car, just take some mental notes. So this was a video that I watched when I first joined the business, and I was like, yeah, this is great, but don't really understand the principles of it. Didn't really understand what driving lines meant. And then I've revisited it probably about 5 to 6 weeks ago, and it's completely transformed my business. The outlook that I have on my business, how to create executives, how to drive lines, how to build momentum, how to build volume. It's been a game changer for me. And I actually only took aside 20 minutes to watch it. In the morning, I actually ended up watching the whole, I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. And then I watched it again in the evening on my TV as well, because it was just phenomenal. And this is where I kind of got this social driving from. So I have got a presentation in front of me, so that's what I'm going to be looking at, so I can get you the bullet points. But what we want to do if you're building on social media is we still want to be driving lines. Now, anyone who isn't familiar with driving lines means lighting a fire in the basement. So lighting a fire on your, let's say your third, fourth and fifth level. Let's take your fifth level, for example. Don't worry if you've not got a fifth level yet. That is absolutely going to come if you're recruiting and building in this business. Let's say, for example, I have someone on my fifth level called Sarah. I want to work really closely with Sarah if she's given me the right energy, because what I want to do is I want to motivate the people that are here, and all the way up to my front line. If you light a fire in the basement, heat rises, and that's what you want to do. You want to motivate Sarah so much that her upline, Alice, is like, oh my God, I've got someone underneath me who's doing absolutely amazing. I've got a real good business partner here. I need to step my game up and start working. Then you're actually going to have Sarah and Alice both working on the business really hard. That's going to motivate the person above them. So then let's say, for example, Jenny, she's like, oh my God, I've got 2 business partners here who are working really well. I've got Sarah and Alice who are really building the business. I need to step my game up and start really building now so that I'm not missing out, and so on and so forth, all the way up to your front line. That is how you're going to create huge volume and how you're going to create residual income. Now, Nathan Ricks talks about driving lines. He is incredible. I know that he actually gets people, and Kenton Worthington was telling us this, that when he first joined the business with Nathan would say, okay, give me your best 20 contacts right now, put them on the phone to me, and we'll ring them up one by one. Now, a little bit of a different generation. Of course, you can still do that if you have the confidence to do that. It's something I definitely want to work myself up to. I'd love to be able to ring someone on the phone and just speak about the business. So I am coming out of my comfort zone, and I do want to do that as well. But if we are driving lines in terms of social media, this is something that I started probably about 6 weeks ago. It's had a huge knock-on effect on my business in an extremely positive way. I actually had a better month in my business last month than I did on Black Friday. And I truly believe that it's come from this huge social driving that I've been using to build volume in my business, and that I've been using to work with one of my international teams that are growing very quickly. So what we do, social driving on Instagram. You can do this on Facebook as well. I haven't actually worked out a routine for Facebook yet, so this is Instagram. But you want to click on so you've got someone in your business giving you extreme amount of energy. They're asking all the questions. They're saying they want to get to executive. They want to start qualifying for the trips. Someone who's really giving you that energy and really wants to start building this business alongside what they're currently doing, but in a really big way. They want to pick up some momentum. They want to move pretty quickly. Okay, so for example, I'm taking India, one of my business partners. I'm going to say, okay, India, you really want to build this business. You want to pick up some speed. You want to pick up some momentum. Let's really start building your business now. Let's really start bringing your contacts in. We want to get 2 to 3 people under India in her business within the first 2 weeks. If you can get somebody a couple of people in the first week into somebody's business, they're going to be a lot more likely to stay in the business, because they're going to be like, oh my God, I've actually got some team underneath me already. This is amazing. I'm actually starting to build a team. There's no way I can give up now when I've signed up some people. So that's the kind of energy that we want. So we want to get people locked into the business as quickly as possible, or at least signed up into the business. So I'm going to say to India, right, India, I'm going to go onto your Instagram profile. I'm going to gauge your audience. So I'm going to go through your followers. So I'm going to click onto India's Instagram. I'm going to go through the people that follow her. Now, obviously, if India's got 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, I'm not going to go the whole way through. But I'm going to start skimming through her followers, getting a vibe off the profile picture, and just clicking onto that profile picture if I think they look great, or not. I don't mean as in they're good looking, but they just look like maybe they're good at social media, or they've got a nice, clear and attractive profile picture. I'm going to click onto their profile, and then I'm going to just scan for 5 or 10 seconds, actually no more than 5 seconds. Yeah, screenshot if that person looks good, and you can see that they're not involved in new skin already. Screenshot that profile and then keep scrolling through her followers until I found about 20 to 40 hot prospect profiles. Now, these hot prospect profiles don't need to be people with a large amount of followers, or people that are really good looking, or bloggers. These can just be people that you get a good vibe off. So I'm going to screenshot 20 to 40 people from India's profile that are following her, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot these profiles, send these profile screenshots to India, and I'm going to say, okay, India, I've gone through your Instagram. I found these 20 to 40 people. So 20 to 40 is the basis. You want at least 20, but work on more like 40 to 50 profiles. Screenshot them to India and say, okay, India, I found these people. I think these could be great at the business. Now let's get a really strong first exposure message together. So whatever you're sending currently on Instagram, make sure that's really short, sweet, and strong. And then you want to create urgency by giving India a bit of a deadline. So if she's working nights, or she's got a really tough timetable, then 24 hours might not be enough. But I will always advise that you do say 24 hours. It creates a bit of excitement, creates a bit of urgency, and you say, India, I want you to connect with all of these people by sending them that first exposure message within 24 hours. We want to get people into your business as soon as possible. Now, this is the same principles that Nathan Ricks works with in terms of driving lines. We're just moving them to social media now, so we can do it in a social media way. Now, obviously, as well, we can connect with so many more people on social media rather than having phone calls. So you can probably get through a lot more than 20 to 40 profiles if you want to and if you have the time. Now, then what we do, which is where the real driving lines comes into, if India, from those 20 to 40 hot prospects screenshots that I sent to her, gets someone who wants to sign up, India's then really spoke about the business with them. They've said, yeah, this sounds really great. I really want to build a business. I want to do the same thing that you're doing. And that person's then giving you energy. I'm going to give this person a name. I'm going to give her a name, Jessica. So Jessica said, yep, giving India loads of energy. India is then going to go and do the same thing that I did with India with Jessica. So India is going to go onto Jessica's Instagram profile, is going to gauge her audience by going through her Instagram followers, start screenshotting profiles that she thinks could be good. Now look for attributes like positivity. Maybe they just really look like they know what they're doing. They might have 50 or 100 followers, but their Instagram looks really professional. The attributes that we look for generally, and start screenshotting those profiles. And then if you get someone that wants to sign up when Jessica's explained the business, or maybe India's helped Jessica explain the business to that person. So I'm going to give her a name of Alice. Alice says, yep, Jess, I really want to sign up to this. It sounds really great. I want to do the same thing that you're doing. So let's just say you've got one person out of those 40. Then you're going to get Jessica to do the same thing with Alice. that India did with Jess that I did with India. Does that make sense? So you're going to be tapping into people's networks, tapping into people's networks, tapping into people's networks. I have got a video on here, and I'm hopefully going to be able to put this into this group so that it makes more sense. But sorry, someone's knocking on my door, but I'll just ignore that. But yeah, I hope that's making sense. You just want to be tapping into people's networks and driving the lines deep through social media. When one of those people signs up, gives you that same amount of energy, you then want to do the same thing with the next person, with the next person, with the next person. Now, this is something that's worked extremely well for me with one of my international teams. I hope it works for you. It's definitely worth giving it a go. We need driving lines to build our business. So hopefully this works for you on social media. Now, I am wary that I've only got a certain amount of time, so I'm just briefly going to go through Edification now, which again has been a huge part of my business. We want to celebrate every tiny victory with our business partners. So if someone's, achieving a great amount of sales, or if they're just giving you super amount of energy, sending them a message, giving them a bit of a congratulations, that goes such a long way. I remember when I first joined the business, and I would have, my uplines message me on WhatsApp or comment on my photos. I would be so excited. So make sure you're always going that extra mile to speak to the people who are giving you energy in this business. And that doesn't always just mean volume. So it doesn't just mean someone who's giving you loads of points or making you loads of money or anything like that. If you've got people who are in your business who are constantly getting on trainings, constantly getting to events, they're being coachable and listening to what you're saying, they could be taking their time to mature. I mean, look at Daniel Norell, look at Emma Carpenter, didn't even really do much work in her first year of business. They could bloom into your next Emma Carpenter. They could bloom into your next Daniel Norell. They could bloom into your next, Perry Walker moved really quickly in the business, but you see, and it could just take them a little while to mature. And what you want to do is be always showing them the best energy if they're giving you the best energy. Always make sure that you're introducing yourself as support and as one of your uplines to people on your, second, third, fourth, fifth levels. I'm not saying speak to everybody because you have to be wary of time management. If you've got people that are showing, volume in your back office, or, maybe one of your front lines or someone in your team has said, this person's doing really, really well, make sure that you're going extra mile and sending them a little message just to say, hey, my name's Taylor. I'm actually one of your mentors within New Skin. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here as an extra support. If you need anything that I can help you with, please let me know. You've got such a vast amount of support in this business. You've actually got 6 uplines who have got a ventured interest in your success. Let me know if you need anything. Honestly, that goes such a long way. I've been doing it now more than ever, and I've noticed such a huge difference. And even when people aren't doing volume or maybe sales or stuff, to know that the support is there really cements them into the business. So using Edification to the highest degree, and make sure that when people are doing LOI, Q1, and I think it'll be Q2, Q3, 4, and 5, make sure that you're celebrating everybody. Now, obviously, I know if you've got a organization, it's kind of impossible to do that for everyone because you'd spend too much time doing it, but just make sure that you're working with and congratulating the people that are giving that best energy. Also taking responsibility for your business. I have put these on my slides as well. Just remember that your success is always down to you. We can never blame our uplines. I remember when I first joined the business, I'd be like, well, Sasha didn't work with me that month, and you'd be blaming people. I think we've all been guilty of it in the past, saying, well, my answering my messages, or they're not doing this. Take full responsibility for your business. Be extra resourceful. Don't be messaging your upline about price lists and things that you can find out for yourself. Just be utilizing them for, things like this, training, things that they're doing to build their businesses. Always look at the people that are having the level of success that you want and make sure you're doing what they're doing. I hope this has been helpful for you in some way in terms of the social driving and using Edification. I also just wanted to quickly speak about Tarragona. So obviously that's our Success Summit that's coming up in May. This event is going to be absolutely huge. If you haven't got your ticket, you need to really start thinking about why you are not going, because you simply cannot afford not to be in Tarragona. I'm not going to make a claim here, But if you are using your marketing, your attraction marketing and everything like that in, the best way while you're there, you will hopefully make your money back for the ticket, for the flight, for the accommodation, or maybe you'll bring someone amazing into the business through them seeing that you're super, super serious about your business. You've gone actually and took a flight to go and work on your business and be there. They'll say, wow, she's actually really serious about this business. She's gone all the way to Barcelona to build this business. It actually isn't something that she's, taken lightly. It isn't just some kind of thing that she's going to be doing for the next couple of weeks. This is serious. And they will ask you for the information on the business. So you make sure that you are in Tarragona. You simply cannot afford not to be there. It's a once a year event. If it's money that you're worried about, start making those savings and those cutbacks now. Be going out less at the weekend, be spending less money on clothes. Just make sure you're there because, going to those events, you're going to make so much more money in the long run from the money that you're holding back now because you're not going. Now, I hope these trainings I hope this training was useful for you. Make sure that you are coming onto these. They're free trainings from, some of the best leaders in the business. We actually have the lovely Joan Strachan on tomorrow at 10 a.m. She's a blue diamond. She is a ball of energy. If anyone saw her presenting at Star Weekend, then you will know what I mean. She's built a phenomenal organization and we can all learn something from everybody. Hope this has been helpful for you and I hope you have the best start to your week. Velocity is incredible. Make sure that you're building. Thank you so much and I will speak to you all soon.
Thanks for listening to another episode of TeamOneZone Radio. Hope you like what you've been hearing so far. Please drop us a review and make sure to subscribe to hear all the latest strategies we're using to grow our business online. Would you like free training for your downline on 5 automation secrets that you can use to grow your own network marketing business? Well, just jump on over to TeamOneZone.com and grab your free automation power pack today.